What's up, everybody? Welcome to another deep dive on Anime Crackers.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about some stuff. We're going to talk about things, mostly fandom. What are some of the stuff that we collect? Because there is so much stuff out there. First of all, I'm your host, H, and with me is
Ashley. Hey, guys.
So, you go to a convention,
Mm-hmm.
you got vendors,
Mm-hmm.
they're selling all kinds of stuff. They're selling t-shirts, figures, statues, and art, and
Plushies,
so
keychains. Oh my god.
oh my goodness, yeah, it's
You can go broke too fast.
just like with any other comic convention. I mean, I think maybe like a slight difference. I wouldn't necessarily say there's a difference. I mean, a lot of it's the same for me. Is the stuff that you can collect. Because if you go to like a regular comic convention, of course there's comic books, there's action figures, there's statues, there's t-shirts. You go to an anime festival, you're going to find statues and t-shirts, but the toys. And I think that's one of the main things that we're going to talk about today because, to try to get a whole bunch of stuff together, we'd be here all day. We don't have a lot of time. Ooh. So, I'm actually going to let you go first because you have art that you like to collect. I mean, first of all, you guys can see behind us. We talked about this poster before, but this is one of the things that you collect, right?
Yes, I am, because of my limited space, but I love collecting artwork. To me, artwork is amazing, and it shows true, passionate fandom versus, things that were made in the factory. So for example, this is a tapestry of a skeleton Chiron with Dragon Balls in his mouth around him and everything, done by an artist called Well Known Lily. Found her because she makes really great stuff and I just had to buy. So for me, it's a lot of artwork, but I do also fall into the let me collect mangas, let me get plushies and things like that.
Show them the plushie.
So this is one of my biggest plushies. For those who don't know, but for those who do, my neighbor Totoro, giant Totoro plushie, got this at Sakura Matsuri maybe 4 years ago, something like that. And it was maybe 10 to 15, 20 bucks, something like that. But it's so cute. And I remember a friend Yes, and I remember a friend tried to steal this from me. And I was like, never! But that's one of my cuties.
Yes. I think for me, besides artwork, actually, I don't collect a lot of anime artwork, or at least I haven't just yet because I haven't really seen anything that catches my eye.
Mm-hmm. He's still new.
Yeah, no, returning and recovering. Slight difference. And besides, most of the Western stuff I got, you've seen my basement. I'm slowly but surely running out of room, and I still find ways to
buy more.
Stuff.
Yeah,
because I'm about to show you the two things I got, and probably by the time you view this, they will have already been out of their boxes and have found a niche on a shelf somewhere. Now, what's funny is I watched bits and pieces of Gundam back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a fan of giant robot anime and mechas and things like that. I mean, Robotech for most of us was the start of that love. To watch something that looks like an airplane turn into a hybrid robot plane and then turn onto a full-on robot and then everything else that you can add into it. The super fortress that could turn from a giant space carrier into a robot. That was just oh. But of course, Gundam started it all. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that, for those of us that are unaware, we don't give it enough credit because Gundam came out in the 70s.
Uh-huh.
But it was Robotech for a lot of us that brought it on. Mm-hmm. And then when we finally got wind of Gundam, and I think for a lot of us, Gundam has never been like any one story. Gundam's been around for 20, 25 years, but every Gundam series is different from the other. Mm-hmm. And very rarely will one series actually have an echo effect of something else. It's totally...
It sometimes can be a very good standalone.
Yeah, you can watch one series and you won't have to have a reference to anything else. And I mean, people will argue about which one's the best ones, which one's not, because it's based on, storyline, the quality of the art, the quality of the mechs, etc. and so forth. So, because of that, one of the things I've taken up collecting when I find them and, I like to get these.
You like the figure?
I like the figures. These are produced by Bandai. These are the Robot Spirits mechs. what more can I say? They pretty much have a stranglehold on the business when it comes to making Gundams, because if you know where to look, you know how to look, you can find nearly any mech that you want, any mobile suit. That I think that's the proper name, not mech. You know, that's my term, but you know, mobile suit. You can find whatever you want. And we were out and about today shopping at one of my local comic shops. They had this big boy down here. This one will run you about $100 some, maybe $120 some odd dollars easily. That's because it comes with a lot of stuff. Let me turn on the back and let you see all the stuff that it comes with. And they're pretty cool because, I mean, a lot of the figures, and I mean, I think we showed you guys like some of the Figma arts and stuff like that. Well, the fig arts and the Figma figures, they're the same way. You take them out, you're going to get a lot of stuff, and I mean, it may be pricey because at minimum you're going to spend $50, $40, $50 even for a small unit, but you're going to get a lot of stuff, so you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck. And you know, some people may be taken aback because the figures stand maybe 6 or 7 inches tall. They're not really that tall. You might be saying, well, that's not a lot, but
it's the detail, man.
Right, it's the detail, it's the articulation, it's what you can do with it. Plus, you get a nice little stand to stand them up. It's a lot that you can do with these. They're very posable figures, and I mean, honestly, yeah, I do wish they were a bit bigger, but I think, you know, the bigger, it's like with anything, the bigger they are, the more it's going to cost you. So,
and not everyone has that kind of space, my dude.
Right. So I've gotten 2 of these before. And you know, this is just something that when I saw it today, because I saw something else. When I saw this one, and I was like, mine. And the thing of it is like I've not followed every Gundam series, but you know, the toy work that they do. And I would say like this: Bandai has like a hold on Gundam stuff almost the same way like Hasbro has with the Marvel and Star Wars series. But I think, the bigger difference is, like I said, with a lot of the Marvel stuff, a lot of the Hasbro stuff, a lot of the Star Wars stuff, you don't get that same level of detail.
Right.
You get like a decent bit of articulation, but you're not going to get that same level of detail like you can with a lot of these toys. Matter of fact, dare I say, a lot of toys that do come out of Japan, you're going to get a lot of something. And I feel like every time you get mad because you spent 50, 60, or 70 bucks.
Look at what you're getting.
Right.
Like, you can basically make an anime with that figure.
Pretty much.
Because it, like, even the fingers move. And it's like,
you can change the faces. Because like one of my Figma figures, I got Levi from Attack on Titan. You can change his facial expression. He has like 3 different pieces for his facial expression. He has the cape. He has the units. They have like a prop for the smoke, so you can like the swords, all that stuff, and even the swords detail. So you're
totally getting what you pay for.
Yeah.
Just about this way.
So this particular Gundam here, now they're also produced by Bandai. The only difference is this is a model. This is something that you got to build from the ground up, and actually this actually cost a quarter as much as that. This was about $35, believe it or not. GameStop sells more than games now, folks. They sell clothing, they sell toys, they sell statues, they sell everything. They kind of have to in order to stay relevant, because we already know
games are digital now too.
So they're gonna have to find a way to stay in business. But they started selling these puppies too. Now, this is where you jump in.
Because I love building modeling kits. My guilty pleasure. So as you said, this is, you know, build it from the ground up. And the thing that I love about this, it also comes with an exoskeleton that you can like more or less configure with others, but then you can put the armor on it. It has so much range of motion that you won't get with just a regular action figure, if you get what I'm saying. And it comes with so many different features. I believe this one has like all of the weaponry, full range of, you know, guns and things of the sort. And the thing that's really cool about some of these modeling kits is they also come with like a stand-in figure of the pilot who like operates it.
Right.
And and even though the pilot's not detailed, that's not the main focus here. It's just to say, hey,
to show you the scale.
Yes, it's just that, with the figures, depending on how fast you are or what you're doing, these can take a bit to build. Like for me, certain figures can take like 2.5, 3 hours to build. But if you have a good soundtrack going or a series you want to catch up on, you can knock these things out.
Yeah, and the best part about these, unlike other model kits that I've seen, because actually this is mine. She's building. I got 5 thumbs, even though it look like I have 4 fingers and a thumb. But the biggest difference is with these, they come pre-painted. So you don't have to paint.
Unlike some American modeling kits where you have to like literally paint from the ground up.
Yeah, so that adds to it. I mean, if you want to add paint, you're adding paint more for effect as opposed to having to actually do it.
Like if you want to wear it down or give it like it's been in battle, because most of them come like fresh off the line kind of look and then for some who want to think what Gundam is fresh off the line.
Yeah. Let me add some wear and tear. Let me add a bullet hole 3. So you have that going on, and then you don't have to glue it.
No, it's all click and play here. That's what I freaking love.
So this is like a huge Lego set, but it's just cool.
Yes, and just a lot more detailed. Some pieces have to be twisted in and whatnot. Like I was saying before, because there's like American car modeling kits that you have to paint, that you have to put enamel and clear coat, and you have to glue them together because the pieces need to fit. This is more or less, if you have the fingering space and you don't swallow small parts, you can put this together.
So that's this. And like I said, if you're not rolling with this, you can always roll with these. It's more or less the same thing. It's just you get a little more detail out of this. They stand about the same height. Now the only small difference is the scale. You have the 1/44 scale, which is about
5 inches,
5 to 6 inches.
5 inches, my people.
And then you have the 1/100 scale that'll give you a little bit more height.
That's about 7.5.
And then they go up. But of course, the larger the scale, the more of course you're going to pay for.
Yeah, but the ones that do come in larger scale, they do also come with a little bit more stuff. Like for example, some of the smaller scale ones may not always come with the demo pilot, but some of the larger scales they do.
Right. And even the larger scale ones, they're going to take a little bit more to do. They're a lot more intricate because there are a lot more parts. So, your miles may vary. So, what else you got?
What else I have? So, bringing it back to con stuff and fan things. For those who when you go to a con, there's always going to be the vendor space where you can buy the official, the prints and things like that. But then there's artist alleys or artist rooms, whatever they want to call it, where you have people, dedicated fans who are drawing things just like similar to this on their own. And I got this, I believe, at Otakon. And an artist from Canada, Sang-Kun, did this amazing Alan from Degrayment. And for those who can see it, if you can't see, there's gold trimmings and leafing done in this and things like that. I just love it. It's just so well done, and it caught my eye because of the gold. And then you don't see too many awesome Degrayment pieces, and that's something I really love about fan art. Really done well to do fan art.
Yeah. And what about things like keychains and phone chains?
Lord knows. I don't have any of those because, with how American phones are done, we don't always have a port or a little latch for them. But for those who love those kind of things, there are millions of booths that will have a phone charm, cell phone charm, keychain of your favorite anime character, video game character. The figures might be clay done or silicone or rubber, something like that. But those are also really cool if you want to accessorize your phone or your keys, whatnot. So I see some people just hang them up just for decoration because some can be really detailed, and it's just oh my god, you put too much work in something that's like this.
Yeah.
Which is always just...
from that time, you got that much detail.
Yes, and the thing is, they're a little bit... For those who want to keep your fandom, they're cheaper than, buying some posters. Because they can run you maybe $5-10. If not a little bit less.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, because, of course, when we go to anime cons, they have the same thing as well. The mystery boxes. What do you think about the mystery boxes? What do you think about some companies that do the same thing with Loot Crate, but, they just have an anime thing? What are your thoughts on those?
I have not bought any mystery crates because I'm the kind of person that's like, I know what I want, so I want to get that, something particular. But if you're someone who, you love the surprise of it all, or you'll love anything, or you just want a good collection of stuff and not just like limit yourself, then the mystery crates are a good way to go, because they can come with plushies, like demos of video games, or like first episode of something, posters, keychains, cell phone charms, stickers even. So if you want a good collection of just a little bit of everything, like whatever anime or whatever, for like they have the mystery crates that are shaped like the Super Mario's question boxes, things like that, which are also really good, and you just love that kind of stuff, I say go for it, because it's pretty much just like a loot crate, except you're not waiting months at a time. You can get right then and there.
Right. And depending on the vendor, you're gonna spend different amounts. Like you get different size boxes, you might get different amounts of stuff. So again, your miles may vary.
Yes.
So on that note, folks, we are out. If you're watching this video, we want to remind you that we had Anime Day coming up over at Phantom on April 14th. Be sure to come out. We're going to have some cosplays, some panels, some giveaways, and then we're going to have a viewing. Don't want to say what, but it's a certain show that starts up next month that everybody's talking about. Come out and watch. So on that note, catch us on the web at popcultureuncovered.com. Catch us on Twitter and Instagram at PC Uncovered.
Yep.
We have a Tumblr.
Yep.
If you're on Facebook, follow us on Facebook.
Please do.
And on that note, we're out.
Bye, guys.